Hey,
how you doing?
how's it going? You all nice and comfy in here?
Well, the sun's out and yeah, but when it gets cold, it's not a whole heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw the temperature was about 23 degrees out there.
Yeah, last night it was 1 below zero.
Wow. Hey, let's come on over to my car and we'll talk about how you became homeless.
Okay.
So, how long have you been homeless?
Since December 27th of last year, so it's been a year.
So it's been a little over a year.
Yep.
How did you get from I guess living a normal life, you know, nice house in Bettendorf, to living in a 1998 Jeep Grand Cherokee with
96.
96 with how many miles on it?
About 270,000.
270,000 miles.
Yep. Well, anyway, I paid my house off early.
Okay.
Fell behind on taxes, and I went to a tax sale. I called my cousin to ask for help because he was a millionaire.
Uh-huh.
Turns out he borrows money from what's called private capital,
Okay.
aka loan sharks.
Okay.
And he had this great idea of fixing my house up and making buku bucks.
Okay.
And with him being an attorney, all these 20 pages of legal crap, he got power of attorney. And he decided he wanted to fix my house up, redo everything. Well, he calls it rehabbing.
Well, how much money did he put into your house?
154,000.
And what is the amount that you were thinking that he would put into it so you could sell it quickly and get out from
20.
underneath it? So you wanted 20,000. He ended up putting over 150,000 into it.
Yep. And he put it into mortgages that he borrowed money from private capital for. And I'm trying to think how to say it. Anyway, he met a local contractor here that did everything. They could do it all like now. And, you know, according to our contract, I had mortgages with him interest-free. And since he had power of attorney, he puts the interest that they are charging him back to me, which was $49,000.
So how long did it take for your house to sell?
Just a little over a year.
And what was the original target date? How fast was that house supposed to sell?
Like within 3 or 4 weeks.
So because it took over a year for that house to sell,
Interest secured.
How much money did you get from the sale of the house?
Zero. Nothing.
So the house went up for sale for $264,000. It took a year for it to sell. What was the final sale price of that house?
$194, $195, somewhere in that area.
So essentially, he was $75,000 off from what that house potentially should have sold. So that is one of the reasons why the house sat on the market for so long and didn't sell, was because it was priced incorrectly. Where do you work at now? Who do you work for?
The City Bettendorf Park Board.
And when did you start work there?
About 4 years ago. I got a ticket because my license tags were expired. Went to court, told the judge, how much jail time do I have to do? He said, you're not going to do any jail time. You can do community service.
Okay.
So they signed me up with community service at the Life Fitness Center. And I became very good friends with Mary Tomatich, who head of maintenance. I did my community service time, and she asked me if I wanted a job with the city. I'm like, yes.
So how many hours do you work for the city a week normally?
In the winter, 40. In the
40?
summer, maybe 20. We have to keep it to an average of less than 30 so they don't have to pay the benefits.
Okay, so if you've been working for the city for 4 years, I didn't realize it was that long, 4 years.
Yep.
Are you able to save money up then to purchase another house or an apartment, or what are your plans?
Well, last summer, after I became homeless, I started getting the edema in my legs. And I couldn't work last summer.
So if you don't mind me asking, how old will you be this year?
I will be 60.
Okay.
But now, I have a great job working with the city of Bettendorf. I think my health issues are what we talked about, living in my car. It's no fun. It's no fun. In the summer, you can walk into Walmart or Burger King and stay cool. In the wintertime, Burger King isn't the warmest. Walmart is almost as cold inside as it is outside. When I first started work this year back at the ice skating rink, I had to wait 3 weeks to get my first paycheck, which is fine because you get paid every 2 weeks. I wanted so bad to lie down in a bed. And I don't care much for hotels because you have to park way out in the parking lot. You have to walk into the lobby, get in an elevator, blah, blah, blah. But my first night when I got my paycheck, I went to the City Center Motel in downtown Bettendorf. There's a difference between motels and hotels. The room isn't real big. It's very, very clean. They have a big, nice flat screen TV with cable, excellent Wi-Fi, a very comfortable bed. And I probably stayed there a little bit longer than I should have. It's like going home. And then I'm starting to run out of money. That's why I'm back at Walmart.
So if you had some money in your account, what would you use that money for? What are you looking to do in your current situation?
Basically, gas to stay warm in my car.
What about sleeping arrangements? I mean, why don't you?
I would probably go back to the City Center Motel. It's cheap. They're nice. And like I said, their beds are very comfortable. But
And they're about what, $250 a week to stay there?
$225 for 7 days, or $50 a night.
Okay. So you really need $900 a month to live.
Yeah. Hopefully after I get the clearance from my doctor, once this pneumonia's cleared up, and he doubled the flormetazide for the edema.
So why aren't you looking for an apartment, say $400 or $500 a month?
You can't get them. Last week, when I was at the hand doctor, prior to that, I made an appointment with my regular doctor his office is up the street, because I wasn't feeling very good. I went into his office. He said, well, you never get sick. I just keep on refilling your blood pressure medicine. I'm telling him, I'm not feeling very good. Cool. So his two nurses come take off my clothes. They're hooking up all these electrodes and taking blood. My doctor comes back into the room I was in, said, there's something wrong with your heart. So he calls 911. And I mean, I was fine, coherent. You saw the pip.
Oh, yeah.
That. So, anyway, they rushed me to the hospital. And, I was there all night. I mean, CAT scans, x-rays, this and that. And that's when I discovered I had pneumonia. So, a week ago Thursday, I was at Burger King. Had my Whopper. I'm walking back to my car. I'm driving back to home, which is right here. All of a sudden, holy crap. I mean, just boom.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
I called 911. And thank goodness, right over here is the fire station and medic. They got here so fast. I'd probably be dead if it wasn't for them.
Yeah. Wow. We have good medical here.
Yep. You know, a lot of people, oh, give me a second. A lot of people didn't like Barack Obama. I think he's one of the best presidents we had. You know, a couple days ago I was showing you, I'm on Medicaid. I showed you the prices of these medicines. Unreal. And within a week's period, 2 ambulance rides. Cool. We're probably talking maybe $100,000 in medical bills. And here I am today. The other night, they say snowflakes don't look the same, but they do. I'm counting snowflakes on my windshield, but not this winter, but the winter before, after I sold my house. We talked about that. There were times when it's so cold and you're in your car. And sure, I had my paycheck from work, but you can't run your car 24 hours a day.
No.
There were times at night, well, let me back up a little bit. I don't go to church, but I pray every night. It's like thank you, God, and this and that, and kind of talking.
Yeah.
And there were a few times where you're so cold, you want to die, but you're afraid you will. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But with the situation I'm in, I know the people at Dollar Tree. I know how to get free breakfasts. The girl at Burger King, Whopper, no salt.
So you're able to make some friends and make things somewhat work for you.
Yep, and you would be surprised. Walmart, they don't care about truckers. See over there, there's a trucker there. He's probably sleeping in his car, in his truck.
Uh-huh.
and RVs come and park there. Walmart does not like people sleeping in their cars. That's why I'm on this side of the Sally store. But what my goal is, hopefully once my health improves a little bit more, I blame most of it for living in my car. Anyway,
that's weird.
it's no fun living in your car.
No. So are you looking at some time of replacing your car, or?
Well, I've put a lot into it. A good friend of mine got it for me. Last summer, I was able to save up money from getting money for pop cans out of the parking lot. My friend brought me over to the junkyard, bought a starter for $20. I'm out practically right where we're sitting right now, putting a new starter in. I like my car.
Now you talked about possibly getting a trailer for the car that it could pull, since it's a Jeep. Are you still thinking about that, or?
Well, yes. Once I get back to work and get a paycheck, I'm not going to stay at the motel anymore, because I spent, it was almost too nice going and lying down in a bed.
Yeah.
But looking on Craigslist and stuff, you can get trailers for less than $1,000.
So you're looking for a pop-up or a teardrop trailer?
And not really a teardrop, but a pop-up that I can modify. I've looked at tons and tons of things on YouTube, and people actually modifying them. And I mean, I know how to build houses and stuff. I mean, I can do that. Or maybe a small Jayco or something.
Yeah.
And since Walmart doesn't really frown that much on RVs, they just don't like people sleeping in their cars in the parking lot. So once I start getting a paycheck, that's my plan. And I constantly look at Craigslist and stuff, and there's not that much for sale right now, but I know come spring,
That'll be quite a bit.
I'll find something.
So what do you want to say to people that might be watching this, as we sign off?
Well, what I would say is becoming homeless, it can happen at any time. When I first got the edema in my legs, I was on a walker. So many people just walk by you. They won't even volunteer to open a door for you. But there are people that, when I was collecting money out of the pop cans and trash cans, would give you $1 or $2. I would say it can happen to you. And if you ever see somebody in a situation that needs help, please help them. It might be a couple bucks in gas. It might be the hamburger. It might be a couple cans of fruit from their grocery shopping. But if you ever see somebody that needs help, please, please, please help them.